like my freaking coochie. Like, I'm so confused. Like, it's mace. It's not a gun. 10 cops like this. I'm like 120, babes. Maybe 115 on a good day. I know I'm a menace to society, but baby, I'm not El Chapo. You're gonna kick me in my head. When I heard you are expelled, baby, it was some dark switch in hell. Hey guys, it's girl Nivea who been seeing me back with another for your freaking mother. As you see by the title, today I'm going to tell you guys this story about how I got arrested and expelled my senior year of high school. I know. It's a lot to unravel, unfold, but I'm going to be telling the story, so if you want to hear it, stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Click that post notification button so you're updated when I post new content, and let's get it. Let's go. Run it. So for starters, we all know, if you don't know, now you know, we don't do story times without food. So we got food from Texas Roadhouse. It's really just a salad. It's a chicken salad. 81st Deli. Superior. Nah, but I'm about to be eating this salad because I'm not even that hungry, but I needed to film for you guys because it's way overdue. This story time was supposed to make it to my YouTube channel over years ago, so here we are. Are these soggy? Oh, I hate that. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna talk about how, well, this story is based around when I was in my last relationship, which was, we're gonna give her a name, Maya. So Maya, me and Maya had broke up in August. Now it's senior year, so school starts in September. We broke up in August, but it was the ending of quarantine and stuff like that, so we was just transitioning back from school, like back into school and stuff like that. But the first month of school, or the first month or two of school, we was virtual only because our school had flooded in some big storm, so we had to wait for everything to get repaired, stuff like that. So it's probably like about October-ish, November-ish, or whatever the case may be, and I had got suspended for the first time in that school, and it was because, okay, so me and Maya was very toxic, and that's what led to our breakup. She may have her own story about how people cheated and stuff like that, but I mentally detached myself from her a long time ago, so everything that happened while we was broken up, she might say it was cheating or whatever the case may be. You know, you can't be hearing everybody's story. But anyway, fast forward. I had got suspended because Maya just did not know when to let go. Like, she was very much like she was not letting go. Like, she had like shackles and chains, and she was not giving up. Like, she was one of them people that was like one of them crazy people that try to be narcissistic. She was a narcissist. Let's say that. But yeah, so I had got suspended for fighting her one time in a lunchroom. Like, she knew how to pick at my nerves. And at this time, I had very bad anger issues because she was one of the people that would pick at my nerves because she knew how to, and she knew I could not control my emotions how I could now. And she was just picking and 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 picking. And one day, I was just like, forget it, and we just started fighting in the lunchroom. It was like some stuff, like some bars or something on the table, and all of them started falling. We was actually fighting. Security guard came, and she was like, oh, we were playing, and I was like, no, we was not. And I was really just going crazy, like whatever the case may be. Then I got suspended and not her, and I hate that because you're antagonizing me, and y'all see how I retaliate, but I don't see what she's doing, whatever. So I ended up getting suspended for 5 days, which is basically a whole entire week. And I'm like, alright, it's senior year, I don't want to be getting suspended. And I was kind of nervous, like I was sad about the fact that I got suspended senior year. But at the same time, it was like, what could I say? Like, so I'm like, alright, over the break, got my hair done. I'm not going to hang out with nobody. I'm just going to be calm. I start focusing on school. Mind you, backstory, disclaimer before we actually jump into it. I was not really paying attention in school. Like, I would come, and my problem is, I would come, I would go to class, I'll do good for maybe 2-3 days. The teacher will be like, oh, you're all caught up, da 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 da, and then I won't show up for another couple weeks. I don't know what it was, but I don't know. Just something about school didn't make sense to me. So I didn't really care to be in class. So every time I would go to school, I was taking this YouTuber thing too far. I was too busy trying to film everything, and everybody wanted me to start content. And I felt like this was the actual peak of me liking to do content. So I'm like, I'm not going to be in class. I'm going to be outside, and I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that, and whatever the case may be. My bad. My first day back after suspension. So it was my friend. I'm going to just call her V. We love her. Still to this day, we're still friends, but we don't talk that much. So my friend V, basically her little sister, I was only hanging out with her. Now she was a new girl in the school, and I was a new girl the year or two prior. So I was like, I already knew how it was. And I don't know what it is, no matter what school I go to, I always recruit the new girls. It was like first dibs. Or like new people anyway. I'm always at first dibs. Like, I'm going to introduce y'all and tell y'all who's where, who's not. And I'm going to just give you that rundown because I'm too genuine. And I feel like I'm the first and the best person to give you a guide about who's fake and who's real. So I had my friend. We were just chilling and stuff like that. Mind you, we was kind of fresh off the friendship. Like I said, we was only a couple weeks into school, and this was her first year there. So she didn't really know nobody. So I'm just, you know, we cool. I started not taking her under my wing, but we were cool. Like we started getting close and stuff like that. Like she would start coming over to my house, and we just started to build a bond over time, you know, stuff like that. So first day back from suspension, we was in a lunchroom, and it was me, V, and her sister. Now we're sitting in the back like where we normally sit, but then I lied. We didn't even go to the back. We kind of like sat in like the middle. Like there's the front of the lunchroom, and then there's the middle, then there's the back, and then there's the upstairs, and then there's the outside. So we're sitting in the middle, which is kind of like the little nerdy, like just the normal regular kids that don't be with the. Basically, the back of the lunchroom is ghetto. Just like the back of the bus be ghetto and the school buses, the back of the lunchroom was ghetto, okay? So we didn't sit there. We sat in the middle. And why? Okay, so basically, they sent some, not like a special, one of the special ed boys. I would say hi to him, stuff like that. And like, he was cool. Like, he was like, you know, some of the special ed kids really don't know any better. So I wasn't mad to the fact that they, okay, so basically what they had did was they sent the special ed boy to my table to bother me and like start dancing and saying stuff to me, and I was already just came for suspension, and like I said, I was a ticking time bomb. Like if you drop my pencil, I'd probably be ready to like over her head. Like I was crazy. Like it was bad. So I'm so happy that I'm not like that no more. But I was just like, and they sent him over there, and then I looked at the back table. Now I gotta give you another backstory. It was my friend's what do we call her? Latte. She was another new girl to the school this year. So Latte was my friend as well. So I ended up being friends with Latte. Me and Latte was cool at this time too. But Latte also got cool with, what did I call her? Maya. Maya and Latte got cool because of me. Because obviously Latte and Maya would never have spoken if it wasn't for me. But I was not speaking to Latte because Latte wants to be doing matching outfits with Maya. And you supposed to be my friend. So why are you doing matching outfits with my girlfriend? That's your best friend. She was just overly like, I don't know if it was just me, but I feel like it was a little bit weird. And they was just overly like just too close. And I feel like as my friend, it's like, why are you being that close and touchy with my, like, you might not like girls, but either way it goes, like, why are you being that close and like to my girlfriend, and well, not my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, and me and you were supposed to be like, you know? So it was like, it was just weird. So from that day that they sent the boys over there, and the little boy over there, this the special needs boy over there to bother me, and I looked, and Latte is recording me laughing, and then she posted it, and then I went on her story and I seen it because she had tagged me, and I went over there like, delete that. And then I walked out the lunchroom because I'm like, I don't got the time. I'm not even gonna give it the time and the energy, whatever the case may be, whatever the case may be. Like, let me bring this up as well before I really jump into the story time. So basically, Maya basically was like she would try to bully people that I would speak to Like, for example, one time I was in a lunchroom and it was some boy. I don't want to say his name, but it was some boy. He kind of had a crush on me, but at the same time, I know he wasn't going to ever get, like, the opportunity to. So but I'm still a nice person. Like, I feel like if you're cool, you're a sweetheart, I'm not going to be mean to you and be disrespectful because it's not that serious. You know what it never was? That serious, okay? So I was just like, you know, I was just speaking to him. And there was one day, I remember the exact day, exactly what I was wearing. And I was sitting at the table and I was talking to him. We was sitting on the table and I was talking to him, and he was just talking like we would just be we just got cool over, like, I used to be in a fashion class and he used to be in one of the other classes in I forgot what it's called, BOCES or something. Yeah, BOCES. And we would just be on a bus together. We would always just sit next to each other the days I did go and stuff like that. So we were just talking and stuff like that. And Maya come marching back there, and she was like, "Oh, this is who you want now? She was like, this is who you want now?" And just started being mad weird. And then she was like, "Oh, you want the boy that sleeps in the church?" and stuff like that. Just being mad, rude, and disrespectful. Like, that's not nobody's business to be blurting out, screaming out in front of everybody just because you want me. Like, that's mad, rude, and disrespectful. I'm a sweetheart. So the fact that me and her were total opposites would kind of, like, tick my nerves. Because she would, like, bully people, and I literally hated it to my soul. I don't like bullies. I feel like it's the most unattractive, this disgusting thing that you could ever do. That's just the type of person she is, and I hated it. Another example, I was not talking to him, but we had a little flirty thing going on. But basically, it was another boy, and I had economics with him, and we would sit next to each other. It would be like a little flirty vibe. I also had first club WCC English with him. It was like cool, like a little college class with him. It was like, and I didn't really go to classes like I said, but those are the only two classes I was going to, because baby. Okay, but so basically it was another time she was trying to bully that boy. So I didn't have class, he didn't have class. I don't know if we had the same class that day or whatever the case may be, but we was both in there. We was all the way in the back of the auditorium, and we were just sitting there. We were just talking and chatting and, like, you know, and stuff like that. And here go the big bad wolf come marching in there and was looking around. Like, obviously I know you looking for me, bro, because you know I'm in here and I just don't got the time. This is not the time. So I didn't care, because I'm not dating you, and if I want to talk to somebody, I'm going to talk to somebody, and that's what I was doing. So basically, she gonna keep looking over there, and then her friends came in and they started looking over there, and they started being loud, and then me and him both peeped because it was nobody in the auditorium. So that really, like, it was people in there, but like the quiet, low-key people. They come over there marching. I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. So she gets over there, she's just yelling, yapping, blah blah blah. Fast forward, she comes over there, she's just trying to bully him and stuff like that, and just being weird. And then he ended up getting up, and then he ended up leaving, but I ended up getting up and I ended up leaving, because you ain't finna leave me in here. You might not talk to me, but I'm not standing here either. So whatever the case may be. And then he really spoke to me after that, so I felt so bad, like, because I'm like, he probably, like, feel like he don't want nothing to do with that, but I don't want nothing to do with her. So it was like, it was just a lot. Like, she was just bullying people, and I just hated it so bad. It was just like, girl, light it up. Like, what you trying to do? Because why are you trying to bully people because I don't want you? Like, that don't make no sense to me. Like, babes, what's not adding up? So now, this is where the story really begins. Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. It was one day, me and Maya was arguing on live, because she loved taking us to social media, so I was taking it to social media, baby. We on here, we active, and we outside, okay? So basically what happened was, she went live, and I don't remember why we was, like, what we was arguing about on live, but if I was live about it, it was something because she's always doing some bullshit. So basically, I was arguing with her, and then here go her aunt come threatening me. Now her aunt is like 30 or whatever the case may be. And like I said, I'm young. I don't even know how old I am. In 2021, that was like 3 years ago, I was like 16, 17, and her aunt's like 30. So do the math. And her aunt come on there and told my son snacking me and fighting me and beating me up and all this other stuff. And I'm not scared of nobody. So I'm standing my 10 toes behind her, behind what you're saying too. Okay, we could do that, and whatever the case may be. Fast forward, next day, go to school. I don't even care about it. I seen her. I wasn't like, I'm I'm not gonna lie, I'm on whatever you want. Like, if you want to get it on, we can get it on. But like I said, like, we've been freaking arguing and being toxic for so long. It was like a regular day in school. It was not like, you know, like when you do that with a regular girl, like you just want to fight, like y'all on site, whatever the case may be. I see her, it was nothing. Something earlier in the day, the morning where I was going crazy. I don't even remember saying it, but I do remember after everything, I was basically like, oh, but people all want to threaten me and say they're gonna come to the school after school and stuff like that. And somebody heard me, and I guess it was one of the security guards. The security guards told everybody else, and everybody knew who I was, because I'm one of the kids that just don't. I'm one of the kids that's like, you just know, you know. Now, I wasn't thinking nothing of it. Like, I just let the day go by, the days go by, whatever the case may be. Now, the lady I was staying with, my aunt, she called me like, hey, I'm coming to get you. I'm not thinking nothing of it for real, because I'm like, if she's coming to get me, it's probably to go to the doctor or something like that. But once again, I'm not thinking nothing of it. Like, I didn't think nothing of the live. I didn't think nothing of nothing. Like I said, I was skipping class all the time. I was already on the chop block. Like, I was already messing it up a little bit by being a hothead and then going to class when I wanted to. And just doing whatever I wanted to be, like, whoever I, like, you know, I just don't like living by the rules. I don't like letting people tell me what to do. Like, that's just what was going on. Taking so long to come, and I was so hungry. Like, it was like hours and hours and hours. I'm hungry. So I'm like, all right, like, she's just coming to get me. I'm just going to leave school, like, whatever the case may be. So I ended up leaving school, and I was going to McDonald's. Now, you could leave the school when you don't have class, but I had class, and that was the worst day to leave, knowing that my aunt was coming to pick me up, and I wasn't there. And I don't know what I was going on, but I was hungry. So I left school, and this is really where the problem starts. Y'all ready? Y'all better warm up them skillets and them pans. Maybe that's not the word for it. What is it? Kettles. Warm up your kettles and get your tea, because it's steaming in here. Oh, that. Okay, so now this is where the tea gets tea in. It starts teeing and brewing. So I go to McDonald's. Hold on, I need some water because I need to be energized for this. All right. So I go to McDonald's, and basically, like I said, I was hungry. Baby, I was hungry. One thing about it, I was hungry. Now, it's about December-ish. It's right before winter break. Maybe like, it was December. I don't know exactly when it was, but I know it was before winter break. And I'm at McDonald's, like, okay, my phone died. My phone died, and I had to charge my phone. First thing I did when I got to McDonald's was charge my phone. Now, it's a whole bunch of other kids there because people was leaving school because that's what we was doing, and kids did not care. And some of them was done with class, and some of them wasn't. I happened to be one of the kids that wasn't, and I should never left school that day, but at the same time, we're here and we learned. But anyway, so I go to charge my phone, and Maya is also in McDonald's, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not here for you, I'm here for my food. But I had to charge my phone, because once I charge my phone and get my food, I was going to go back to the school after I got my food, and then that was going to be that. But it didn't play out like that. So as soon as I charge my phone and I look up, some security guard is like this, pointing at me, and I'm like, he's like this, and I'm like, but then he did this to another person. He's like this now. He's like this. He was like this, and then he was like, and I'm like, who's he pointing at? Of course, he's pointing at Maya. He's talking both of us to come outside, and I'm like, oh my God, what is it now? And mind you, this is not one of them security guards I was like cool with in the school. This is somebody I don't really care for. Like, this, I don't know. He was one of them security guards. I knew him, but we wasn't like this for him to be calling both of us at the same time, like, you know, unless it was something. So yeah, I go outside. He's basically like, they're in the school looking for you. They heard that your her aunt was on here threatening you on live, and y'all in McDonald's together. Mind you, we was not in McDonald's together, babes. I was in McDonald's, she was in McDonald's, and that was that, okay? So anyways, I'm like, all right, fast forward. This man is like, yeah, so you in trouble. You know, you're not supposed to be out here. They're looking for you right now. You over here right here. I'm about to call the school and tell them. So he's like, oh, just ranting and ranting. You need to go back to the school now. There's a whole meeting and y'all not even in school. Y'all in McDonald's together. Y'all supposed to be in school. Like, I'm just ranting. And I was just like, we do not care. Then, but I don't know. But I was like, all right, forget it. Like, I already know I'm about to get in trouble. I'm still hungry. Like, let's not forget the fact I'm hungry. So I go back to McDonald's or whatever the case may be. Now my old best friend, she was living with us at the time, so she knows the tea was going on. So she calls me, she's like, yo bro, why did auntie just call me and say that you are just ranting and ranting and ranting and ranting, and then all I heard was blah 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 and you're expelled. What do you mean I'm expelled? Like, I was so like, when she said, all I heard was yada 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 yada, you're expelled, yada 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 yada. When I heard you are expelled, baby, it was some dark switch in hell, because that switch said lights on, clap on, clap off, and my emotions said blank. Like, my heart, everything about me just went seeing red. I never think I blacked out like that, like as far as like anything. So I was like, expelled, like that's my future right there. Like, I gotta go to a new school. I already know I don't got the amount of credits that I need. I literally had 5 credits. You need 22 credits to graduate. I'm a senior with 5 credits. So basically I was a freshman my whole year of high school. 5 credits, all right? Let's keep that in mind. 5 credits. And I'm over here worried about my future. Now, you know, black people. So I was immediately seeing red. So now it's really good, gritty, get down in the ditty. Whoa, let's not get down in the ditty, but let's get down to the gritty, okay? So now, this is where the tea starts. So I got the phone call. I don't even want the food no more. Whole time I'm starving, I don't even want the food no more. My phone is charged. I start aggressively grabbing my stuff, and everybody's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm not expelled, and I'm just slamming myself in my bag, and I guess Maya overheard me, so she come over there, she's like, what, you're expelled? I'm like, girl, it's because of you. And I grabbed somebody's smoothie that was next to me, and I just threw it on her. And I just stormed out. But like, at that point in time, I'm so blacked out, I don't even know why I grabbed the smoothie and threw it on her, because I already knew we was gonna start fighting from there. But the way my emotions was taking a toll on me, like, I did not care, babes. Like, when I tell you I did not care, I did not care. Like, I promise you, nothing in the world could tell me that I cared, because baby, I did not care. Like, baby, when I tell you I did not care, I did not care. So then she storms out, she's marching, and she's like, obviously everybody just seen me throw a smoothie on this girl. So now I already knew we was about to start fighting. It's freezing outside, it's cold, I got my coat on, my bag on, and I'm just like, I'm just blacked out. Mind you, the whole time I'm in McDonald's, I waited for my friend B, I'm just calling B. I'm waiting for B, and he was taking forever. Like, even before, when the security guard, everything, he's just taking forever to come. And I'm like, all right, like, B, you're taking forever. Like, okay, B, like, I don't know what B was doing, but he was taking forever. So anyways, we go out there, and then here go her little brother. He gonna come past her a Sprite cup this big, ice and all, and I already knew what that was. She's about to throw this on me, so I'm like, okay, we gonna fight. But I'm still so blacked out. Like, I don't even care that we about to fight. Like, this fight is about to mean nothing to me, because I'm so mad still. Like, even after this fight, I'm still gonna be mad. Before the fight, I'm mad. During the fight, I'm mad. After the fight, I'm mad. I'm just blacked out. I'm in seeing red mode. Like, I didn't care about nothing at that moment. Like, at that moment, I was really just in crash out mode. Like, I was ready to crash out. Like, so then he throws a drink on me, she throws a drink on me, and we start fighting, we start tussling. Now y'all know them electric scooters and bikes, we start fooling on electric scooters and bikes. She over here beat me up, I'm over here beat her up, she over here beat me up, we over here rolling on the floor, everybody's like, oh! Mind you, the security guards was outside the whole time. They was watching us fight. They was watching us fight, because I'm pretty sure as loud and as long as we was fighting, the security guards being less than 20 feet away, they knew we was fighting and they did not come. Now, this is the part that got me mad, because y'all waited that long time. So now we're fighting and we're on the floor and stuff like that. And her brother gonna kick me in my head. He had on a Yeezy slide, and it was an orange Yeezy slide. And I don't care what nobody tell me, if y'all went to his house right now, he got them orange Yeezy slides. I don't know if he threw them away, that was probably 3 years ago, but he had the orange Yeezy slide, and he kicked me in my head. And I said, oh, word? I'm already blacked out, but if I look up and I get kicked in my head with a Yeezy slide while I'm fighting somebody, and you just give this girl a Sprite, I'm going after you. And I was there by myself. There was nobody there on my defense and my team to defend me. So I get up after we done fighting, and I grab my mace on my bag, and I said, at that little boy, at the boy, and I did the mace at Maya because at that point in time, it's like, babes, somebody gonna get maced because y'all playing with me right now. So basically what happened was, as soon as the mace got let off, where did the security guard come from? I don't know, but the mace was already in the air. The mace is like, the security guard is like, oh, and the mace is literally in the air already. So it's like, now you dumb because you just jumped in the mace. I did not mace that man. That man jumped in the mace. Now the air is blowing because it's so cold outside. The air is blowing and he jumped in the mace. Who told you to do that? Now you're maced.
Now if I understand Mr. Security Guard, I'm just only I left school, I did this, I did that, I'm not in school, like I'm being a menace to society, okay?
You know, would I change anything? Probably not, because it made me who I am today. So YOLO. No, let me stop. At the end I will tell you how I feel about that. But yeah. So now B finally shows up once I maced the security guard. Like, you didn't think you could come maybe like 20 seconds earlier? Like, I just flew in, I just maced the security guard. Now we gotta run for her. B is like, what did you do? You was just supposed to right here. Snatches my arm and we just start running. I'm not gonna lie, I don't talk to him no more, but I still have so much love for him because of this situation. Like, I really like love him down. Like, we was not close before this, we was not close after this, but after this, before, like during this situation, I love, like even right this moment, I love him down because he grabbed my arm. He's like, let's go. He grabbed my bag, grabbed my arm. He's like, where's the mace at? Where's the mace at? And I'm like, it's deep in my bag. I'm trying to run and dig in my bag, and we cutting through the school. And now when we get to like running, it's like a tunnel under like some college to get through the parking lot. And once we get to the parking lot, we get to the end of the parking lot, my street is right here. All we gotta do is run straight down, run in the house. If I would have ran in the house, my logic is, if I would have ran in my house, y'all can't come in my house without a warrant, and y'all cannot, it's a done deal. Y'all just want to catch me if you can. But this is what happened. I was like, but basically, so we finally get to the end of the parking lot, but like while we're running under the tunnel, I see a cop car, but we're running faster than it, so it's just kind of slow and just to see like if they see us and stuff like that. So basically we get to the end of the the parking lot and stuff like that, and we actually made it out the parking lot. So now I feel some type of relief, but I'm like, we still got to make it in the house. We're not in the house yet, but I'm running like, run Forrest, run. I'm going, I was going, okay, babes. And we get to right there, and mind you, the whole time I'm on the phone with my best friend at the time because she's the one that called me. So I'm on the phone with her while I'm fighting. I'm on the phone with her while everything's going on, while I'm fighting, while everything's going on, while I'm running from the everything. She's on the phone. And mind you, like I said, my house is not that far. So she's running to me, I'm running to her. And we just running, girl. We just trying to meet up, and we just trying to get out of there, because that's my ride or die for sure. Like, if anything, all that stuff was happening, if she was there, that would have never happened. It probably would have went a whole nother way. We probably would have ended up jumping that girl, and that mace would have never been used. I might have still got in trouble, but I would have never had to mace nobody. You feel me? So then, as soon as we get there, it was like a cop car just comes strolling, and he was basically like, "Oh, what you doing?" I already knew they was on to me. I'm still gonna play dumb. I'm like, oh, nothing, I'm just going home. He's like, where are you coming from? And I'm like, oh, I just came from studying. Ooh. Studying what? Ass whoopings? Nah. Oh, yeah, okay, we about to. So he's like, oh, well, you fit the description. Were you just at McDonald's? I said, you must say that to a lot of black people. No, and I just start walking away. He's like, hey, I'm not done talking to you. He starts reversing backwards. I'm like, I was not at no McDonald's, sir. And then he was like, yes, you was. And I start running. I start running. And I'm like, hell no, y'all not about to get me. So literally, as soon as I start running, I ran maybe like 2 feet. 5 cop cars, dun, 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 blocked in. I'm like, up. Well, they got us, boys. What can we do? They got us. And I feel so bad for my boy B, because he was right there, and like, black people and cops do not mix. So I respect him so much this day because he made sure I was good the whole time. He's like, calm down, don't do too much, wait till your best friend get here, because I know she's right there. My best friend on the phone like, don't do nothing, relax, like, ah. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cool it. So my best friend finally gets there, and I'm like, all right, I feel some type of relief. Like, I don't feel too like and plus my friend B, he was calming me down. So he's like, don't do too much, just like, but it's like 10 cop cars, 10 cops like this, like ready to pounce. I'm like, whoa. I'm like 120, babes, maybe 115 on a good day. Why does it need 10 cop cars to get me? Like, I know I'm a menace to society, but baby, I'm not El Chapo. Leave me alone. Why do y'all need 10 cop cars to get me? So I'm like, all right, okay. And then one cop car, he just looked so intimidated. I just threw the mace. And I started trying to run again. And they snatched me. I'm like, no, I didn't like it. I'm over there resisting. Get your hands off. I was blacked out. I was still blacked out. I'm still in the blackout mode. I did not gain unblacked out until I was sitting in that cop car for maybe like 2 hours. But anyways, we're not there yet. So I'm like, all right, babes. So then, the cop snatched me. Now it's a whole bunch of broken glass from like a mirror or something, and he just snatched me, and I slip on the glass. I cut my freaking leg, and he just slams me against the cop car. And mind you, it's a man slamming me against the cop car. It's like a whole bunch of men. I didn't see not one female cop. Why?
I need 10 grown-ass men for a female that is 115, 120, the size of 5'3", 5'4", black American. What do you need all them people for? Like, am I missing something? Like, did I forget something? Like, did I miss a step? Like, I'm confused and conflicted, babe.
But anyways, so now the man is aggressively grabbing up on me, and I'm like feeling so disrespected, like grabbing on my titties, grabbing my hoo-ha. First of all, whoa, what are you doing down there that you need to be grabbing my freaking coochie? Like, I'm so confused. Like, it's mace, it's not a gun. Let's start there, okay? Like, whoa, I should have pressed charges because I was a minor, and you're grabbing on my freaking coochie, okay? We ain't gonna talk about that. Neuro PD, you lucky I ain't have that officer's names that day, because baby, he will be in jail right now, because I would have pressed them charges, alright? But anyways, so now they slammed me in the cop car, but before they even put me in the cop car, I had handed my friend B my bag. But obviously they know that's my bag, they gonna take it. They took it. But I respect him like 1,000%. He was like, I'm gonna tow you, free you, like. But he knew they was gonna let me out, because he was saying that while we was running. He's like, even if you do get caught, it's not gonna be nothing. Like, but I was not even listening too much. But I'm like, all right. I just respect him because he stayed with me the whole time, from the time he got to me to the time, you know, and he kept checking on me between the process of me going through all of that. When I got home, the couple days after, what was going on, like, I respect him OD. Like, if we don't speak no more, I respect him. Like, I feel like, if you're watching this, much love to you. If you know this was about you, much love to you. Because, babes, he was an MVP. I don't care who don't like him. He's an MVP, all right? He's the most valuable player in this story, okay, babes? So now they take us to the precinct. The precinct wasn't too far. Like, everything was kind of in the same area. Like, my school was literally, like, 2-3 blocks away from my house. The precinct is probably 2-3 blocks the opposite way, so from my house. So we ended up at the precinct and stuff like that. My best friend was there because she had to walk over there and stuff like that. Bro, I'm literally in the cop car for like an hour, 2 hours, and while I'm in there, I'm telling them, like, the handcuffs are too tight, the handcuffs are too tight, the handcuffs are too tight. Like, they're literally squeezing my thing, and I'm like, can y'all loosen it? Why the ignorant ass cop gonna come in there and tighten them? Now, I don't know if y'all can see, but I got bruise right here from the handcuff, and I got one on this side. Y'all know, y'all see that from the handcuffs being so tight. Like, I was so aggravated. Like, why are you trying to kill me right now? I know I try to run. That's you know, if a whole bunch of white cops are trying to grab a black person, I'm going to run. I mean, y'all could have shot me. Y'all could have shot me, but you didn't. But I'm not about to stand there and let y'all. I'm sorry. So I would have been with the Lord, or I would have took my chances. In that scenario, I took my chances. Okay. So anyways, they ended up giving me the wrong charges. They gave me some random charges. When I went to court, they was like, those are not the charges they're supposed to charge you with. So we're gonna drop those charges, and we're going to basically just tell you disorderly conduct, and we're gonna give you 3 months of probation. How about that? So they gave me 3 months probation, but I was still doing that, so I didn't have to stop that. I was not really drinking, so I actually started getting on my school stuff, because now let me tell you this is the tea and the real spill. So anyways, I did 3 months probation. Now, back to before. At this time, my principal was like, oh, basically, he took it upon himself out of his own pocket, and he definitely said that he paid for it out of his own pocket, and I wish I had the freaking email and stuff still, because I would sue him. But I graduated, I got my diploma, so it don't even matter. So basically what happened was he basically was like, oh, I'm going to pay for this tutor out of my own pocket till I can put you in this program or whatever the case may be. And when I put you in this program, basically I won't be paying for the tutor no more. So until then, this is your attendance, and this is how you're going to get your thing. So I'm thinking he genuinely giving me a second shot at me being a successful black young woman. No, wrong. I did the tutor for a couple days. That's when winter break happened. Now after winter break, I'm contacting her. I'm like, hey, what time are we going today? And she's like, oh, well, you know, your principal didn't pay me no more, so girl, I don't got nothing to help you with. So I'm like, okay. So then we ended up having a meeting and stuff like that, and they're basically like, we're not putting you in the program no more because one of the girls in there have a problem with Maya, and we're not going to put you in the program. Why aren't you putting me in a program to graduate because my ex-girlfriend has a problem with somebody in a program? What does that have to do with me? Like, I was so confused. I was really like, funny, yes. Not funny, haha. Funny, weird. Because I was confused. I was conflicted. I was like, so what you're telling me is, y'all not giving me no shot of graduating on time, right? He's like, you know what you should do? You should just get your GED and ban me from day school. I could not graduate on time. Like, from that point on, I cannot graduate on time. The only way I would have graduated on time is if I was taking the day classes in either school, which was the main school I was in or for the program. And they was not letting me have the opportunity. They said I could only do night school or I could drop out and get my GED. When the principal of my high school told me to drop out and get my GED, do you know how, like, down and, like, my heart was literally like, because first of all, my whole entire life, I was on principal list, A-list, like, I was on high honor roll my whole life, all the way up into 8th grade. 7th, 8th grade. So the fact that you told me to drop out and get my GED, I kind of was shattered because, first of all, quarantine messed me up anyway. Them 2 years of school, I didn't do nothing. I got probably 1 credit, and that was art. And that's just because I just like being home, and I'm thinking that because we're at home, we don't have to do nothing. Or some days I'll do assignments, but I wouldn't keep up with it the whole year, like the whole semester. I would just do it here and there and just think I'm going to pass. And obviously that didn't work, so now at this point in time, it's now January. So literally at that point when he told me I lied that he never paid the tutor and said that all of this stuff, like, he never said I could come back to day school. He never said, he just lied. He straight up lied and basically said I was a liar. And you know, obviously it's his word against mine, and me being in the situation I am, he just basically downplayed me so terribly. And if you're watching this, New Rochelle High School principal. But anyways, so basically, from that point on, I was just in night school, which was basically Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. every single day. I was working my job. I was working my butt off from January to January. From January 2022 to January 2023. Well, I basically graduated at the December 2022. But basically from January to December, the 12 months, I was locked in. I literally got, 18 credits between January and things. So how did I get all my high school credits 1 school year? Like, if I show you my transcript, I got all of my credits 1 school year. I did summer school, I did double classes, I did triple classes. I took a couple classes a couple times, I failed a couple times, and I kept going. And I was not talking to nobody. I was so locked in. All I was talking to was the staff. I started focusing on myself. I stopped hanging out with people. I was so locked in. I literally graduated with extra credits. I graduated with like maybe 1 to 3 extra credits. I don't really remember. I gotta look at my transcript. But I know I graduated with extra credits, and I did that thing. I didn't get to have a graduation because I didn't want to be in the class of 2023 graduation, and it wasn't like, I I wasn't really fancy of it. So I'm like, just give me my diploma. I had a graduation party, and that was just that. So the moral story of that was like, you know, I just let love cloud my judgment, and I just let me being I don't want to say a diva. I don't like being told what to do, but I let that get to me, and that's how I got expelled senior year. And at that point, I didn't even want to go to college. But the day I got my diploma, you know what's funny? I picked up my diploma that one day, and I'm like, where's the principal? Where he's at? And everybody knew not to let the principal see me, because I would have slapped him with my diploma. I told them I was gonna slap him with my diploma, and that's why they told me they wasn't gonna let me. But literally all my security guard friends, like I made friends with all the security guard, all of the staff, because I was just in school so much, and I was actually doing everything I had to do. I didn't miss no classes. I was in no drama. I didn't have no friends. I was just by myself. I didn't even want to go to prom. I didn't do nothing. I went to the graduation as support, but I tell you, I was locked in for a whole year, going to the gym, going to the library, barely smoking. I was partying, but I learned my lesson. If y'all seen the story time on my channel, I'll probably put it up here. My lesson was learned with that, and this kind of happened before that. So now if you watching this, you gotta go watch that story time. And if you watch it already, then thank you. But you know, now y'all gotta go watch that story time to understand what happened from after this story time jumps into that story time. But basically, so the day I got my diploma, I was just so happy. I was literally crying tears walking out to school. Like I felt so relieved. Like I felt so shocked. Still to this day, I feel like I didn't graduate. It's probably because I didn't get the physical graduation, but I felt really good about it. I still feel like still happy. It was an accomplishment. I didn't feel the whole experience of graduating because I didn't get to walk across the stairs. They say my name, I got my diploma, cheer for me, whatever the case may be. But I still am happy that I accomplished a big goal that I thought people doubted me, and I hate when people doubt me. One thing about me, I'm gonna prove you wrong every single time, babes. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this story time. Let me know what y'all think. Comment down below if this was a crazy story time, because babes, there's very much more where that came from. But make sure y'all go watch that other story time, because that kind of transpires into like what happened right after this story time. So yeah, if y'all want to keep updates and tabs on like how I got where I am today, make sure you go watch that, because every story time on my channel is a little bit. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click that post notification bell so you update when I post new content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's run it. See you guys in the next one. Bye.
The bitch, I got G's. You ever make a bitty hit her knees? Well, guess what? I'm JP. On my dime, make a bitch.